she goes away.
Groms, we are back with a channel update after a pretty crazy few weeks. We went from traveling abroad to Costa Rica, got home, went to a family reunion in Washington, D.C., and then went to a little friend reunion, kind of hang out in Spring Lake. So we are finally back home after a lot of travel. We actually have a ton of big life updates that just keep coming after the engagement, but I am moving into my first ever apartment here on Long Island. I have my own place for like the first time, so where I'm like moving things in and it's all crazy, but I wanted to give you guys one big major life update at a time, so here's the first one. So right now I am officially a second year resident. I made it through my intern year of residency and it was crazy. It went by super fast, it was really fun, and I had a lot of positive experiences. The hardest thing was definitely just working like all the time. But yeah, things are looking up right now. Like I'm really stoked to have my own place. It's super close to the hospital. But right now I want to talk to you guys about kind of the transition from an intern to now a second year resident. So intern year of residency is all about just learning the language of the hospital. In those first few months, everyone has pretty low expectations of you. You're not supposed to be, seeing a ton of patients, and they don't expect you to always get the diagnosis right. I think the one thing I fell back on and tried to be confident in is just seeing a lot of patients and working very hard during my shifts and volunteering for stuff or like accepting tasks, like doing an ultrasound IV or running something down to the lab, or I just always wanted to say yes. I wanted to earn my position there, and I didn't want to have people feel like, wow, we took a chance on this guy getting into this program and he doesn't really do much. So I guess that's my defense mechanism for not knowing very much about the hospital, because I was in my first year of residency. I was just a baby. As second year comes around, that innocence kind of wears off and people start expecting you to do more, to like make good diagnoses and to see a lot of patients and also be a productive member of the team and just kind of be on it in general and know how to do things. Your first month you can ask how to page, and I tried to use that my first month in residency to get all those silly questions out of the way, like how do I admit someone, or what should I be looking out for when I call the hospitalist, and X, Y, and Z. But yeah, now second year is real and I have to see a lot more patients. When I was a first month intern in July and August, I felt like having 4 patients that needed multiple consults and stuff at one time was a lot. Now, as a day 5 second year resident, I think having 10 patients that some of you need to call consults for is a lot. I think having your name on 10 or 12 active patients is very challenging. But I also think I can manage it. I don't think it's above me. I think it's something that I'm struggling with right now, but the struggle and the challenge is what is going to make me a great doctor one day. When I was an intern, I felt like I was in awe of attendings who could literally manage 30 patients at once, 10 of them being sick, and probably 3 or 4 of them being critical patients, something like that. It was very impressive to me, and I thought I'd never be able to do this. And I still can't do this right now. There's no way I could manage 30 active patients and run a whole side of a large quaternary center, or even run an entire community center at a busy hour. But I'm seeing the path there. As I have been taking on more and more, I can see how one day I'll be able to do that. And I think that's what second year is all about, is struggling, is being in a challenge, being facing the challenge and thinking I can do this. And even though I'm only on day 5 of second year, I'm one day I will be able to do this. It's very hard. It's so hard to triage correctly and to stack all of your to-dos and everything. It's all things I'm trying to figure out right now, and I'm just in the mindset of taking care of the most critical patients, and on a few shifts patients that were there for less critical complaints, things that would not technically be in the scope of an emergency room doctor, more of a primary care doctor. But unfortunately, Our medical system has pushed people with non-emergent emergencies, with people who don't have like true critical emergencies, into the emergency room. And not even like they're in severe pain or anything. Like, I'm talking about like they just need a high blood pressure medication and their blood pressure is not critical or anything, but like we still prescribe that to them and we still try to help them out the best we can. So that's where I'm at right now, is I'm trying to manage like the critical patients, and sometimes that's meant that I haven't gotten around to seeing some of like the non-emergencies or writing notes. I think my biggest battle right now is trying to keep up writing notes while seeing all these patients and everything. So some things I'm going to be working on as a second-year resident include documenting with very strong notes, managing a lot of sick patients at once, and just going to continue working hard and continue surfing hard. See, as you can see, even with my schedule being really busy, it actually has gone down. From intern year, we worked about 18 shifts a month, plus sick calls after that and conference days. And now I'm only working 17 shifts a month. So as you can see here, I'm still making it out to surf and rip it up as best I can. So we're super fired up right now. And next vlog, we're going to give you a tour of my new apartment. And as always, we will see you on the next swell.